Hey guys, how's it going? I hope you're all doing well. Today, I want to share with you how I'm building my photography brand. It is taking quite a few years and I'm still in the process of it. And there's still so far to go, but I figured it would be really cool to bring you along and show you exactly what I am doing. You might be a photographer, sat behind the camera, not really excited about the idea of getting in front of it. And so today, I just want to highlight some of the benefits that you can actually get by having a photography brand. And I don't want this video to be, look at me, I am the last person that is like that, but I just kind of want to share with you that having a photography brand has allowed me to move abroad. It's really helped me make this move possible, earning through digital products, selling my course, selling my presets, even doing brand deals and sponsorships. These wouldn't have been possible if I was just selling my services and a regular photographer like that. And that's not to say that I don't enjoy that side of photography. I absolutely love working with clients, but this extra additional online world that you can be a part of is really beneficial for you personally. Growing your brand really isn't that difficult when you do know what to do. And so the first way I am trying to build out my photography brand is to actually put more of a face to my photography work. I think a lot of photographers get confused between content and their art. They can say to me, Maddie, I'm posting all of my photos, but I'm not getting any engagement. Nothing's happening. I'm posting it on Instagram. Instagram is broken. And that's just really not the case. And so once you learn that content is different to your art, you can actually start posting more of you, more of your opinions, more of your process, because you separate your artwork from a short form or long form piece of content. Sharing more behind the scenes, sharing more of me actually shooting, sharing all of these little details are helping build out my photography persona, let's say. It is something that I'm actually trying to be intentional about moving forward, because I do look at a lot of photographers whom I admire and I absolutely love their work. But the thing I look at most is their story. I'm invested in them as an artist, and that is something that I would like to create with my community and my audience. So now that we've got the why out of the way and why I think it's really important, one of the best ways you can get started is absolutely know through short form content. Short form content is a really great way to start because it's super easy and trial and error is your best friend. Filming YouTube videos is a hassle, but if you can get into short form content, how I'm going to explain, you might actually start to find it a little bit easier. Now, when it comes to picking a short form platform, I would definitely recommend finding out where you spend your most time. If you spend more time on Instagram, start with Instagram. If you spend more time on TikTok, spend time on TikTok. I've used both and I've really enjoyed the process of creating, but they are very different the way you create for each platform. When I got started in sharing content about my photography, I needed to make it as frictionless as possible. I knew myself I would always find excuses, and so that's why TikTok really appealed to me. TikTok is super easy for experimenting. Raw, organic, and natural videos are rewarded, and there's a lot of beginners in photography that would really appreciate the insights or advice if you are a working photographer right now. The same goes if you are a beginner photographer. Sharing your work on an app like TikTok is really fantastic because there are so many different formats you can actually go about creating content. I found the best ways to get my work out there were creating clips of my actual camera and then cutting the photos from a certain trip to some viral music. These videos did so well, and it really helped get my photos in front of new viewers, sell some preset packs, and just really get my name out there. TikTok will always be one of my go-to platforms for sharing my photography. I really recommend it if you are just getting started. On the other hand though, I haven't found TikTok to be the best at engaging. It's really difficult to message. Commenting is really easy, but when you want to actually get to know your audience, build your community, that's where I would recommend Instagram. As a photographer sharing content on Instagram, it can get really overwhelming because the content and quality of artists out there can feel a little bit overwhelming. So it is really key to remember that Instagram does kind of expect a slightly higher quality than TikTok does. I've found that when I share my work on Instagram, I've actually had to talk to camera, I've had to provide a lot more value, and those classic viral slideshows I was sharing on TikTok didn't always do so great on Instagram. So I found that sharing resources and ways to help photographers and people getting into photography was a really fantastic approach. And so the thing with Instagram here is being able to share stories, engage with your audience, and actually connect with the people who your content is speaking to. It's a really easy way to actually get out there. And so right now you might be thinking, Maddie, I don't really want to share videos about photography. I don't really want to just educate. I want to just be known for my work. And trust me, I feel you there. But being a source of authority and a source of resource is a really great way at getting started. From there, you can actually start to integrate more of your personality, more of your story, and that's when people start to get along and get involved. And sure, you can be a successful photographer no matter what without a social media presence. I know plenty of them that are doing incredibly well. But if you are interested in selling digital products, having your work recognized around the world, and also getting sponsorships that might help supplement client work, starting out by building your photography brand on short form content is a great way to do it. Now, the next way I'm building out my photographer brand is on an email list. I have been running my weekly newsletter Captured for nearly 2 years now, and we're just over 6,000 email subscribers now, which is really incredible. Having this newsletter is an owned audience. You've probably heard this term thrown around a little bit, but I don't need to worry about Instagram or TikTok going away like we did recently, because my audience is owned by me on my email list. Building out your email list and again becoming a source of authority and a source of resource, a source of service really, is a great way to grow your photography brand, because people are going to be seeing your name in their inbox every week. Now, there are plenty of ways to grow your email list, but the best way I've found is by offering a free resource, especially a free preset. The way I edit my photos is really appealing to a lot of people, and so by offering a free preset, they can go ahead and download that. I offered the free preset a while ago, and I'll probably bring it up again now, but right now I have a 21 ways in 21 days to grow your photography brand, and that again is growing my email list daily. It is something that I enjoy to do, but it does take quite a lot of work. So if you are interested in building out your email list, I would definitely recommend by getting a bit of a schedule, maybe once a month to start off, and see how it goes for you there. Now, the next thing I'm doing to grow out my photography brand is by integrating more of myself and more of my story into long form here on YouTube. YouTube has always been a really cool platform for me. I've been making videos on this platform for quite a while, but I did fall off last year when I was moving and getting reset in Spain, and that's just not something I could have changed, but it is something that did happen. YouTube is a great way for you to connect with your audience as a photographer. I've found that so many people from YouTube have actually recognized me on short form content from a few years ago, so that just shows how great YouTube is as a platform for connecting with people. But over the years, I haven't always been so open with my journey and what I'm actually doing. I've been actually quite embarrassed or afraid to share. I didn't think many people would be interested, but the more I'm building out this brand and learning about myself and this journey of photography, the more I'm realizing that a lot of people want to be a part of it. Also, sorry if it's super windy, the one day I try to film, it gets windy, but hopefully it's okay. But I will say that creating YouTube videos does take a lot more time. The setups, the shooting, and also the editing can be quite time consuming. So if you are just getting started, the first time posting content, I would definitely recommend something like short form content or an email newsletter to actually get started. Overall though, the reason why I'm sharing more about myself here on long form content is because I'd like to just connect more with my community and actually be relatable to a lot of you, because I know I have gone through a lot of similar stages that you are in as a photographer, and I know that there are so many new stages ahead for me that I haven't been through that I would really like to bring you along to. It is taking a lot more work, it is taking a lot more vulnerability from me, but I am happy to do it because I am learning a lot more about myself, and it's great for you because you can actually see the different stages that come with living and being a working photographer. So moving on from social media, YouTube, email list, the next way I'm trying to build out my brand as a photographer is to actually sell products. Being a photographer and content creator, having a suite of products or a core product, which is my goal moving forward, really helps me stand out from the crowd and become that source of authority that I've been talking about. Getting into photography, working as a photographer, there are so many photography courses out there that teach the technical side. There are so many courses that also teach the business side, but there aren't many photographers out there that are also doing online content, digital products, and just living the life abroad as a travel photographer. And at the core of all of these resources and courses, my feeling is that people would love to just use photography to create freedom in their life, whether it be financial, in a new city, a new country. Using photography and their art to escape is a big reason why a lot of people are actually trying to share and post content and build their brand. It's the exact reason that got me into it and as to why I'm doing it. And so by working one-on-one with photographers, creating an eventual product down the line, this is another way that I'm trying to build out my brand. And so no matter what point of your photography journey you're in, whether you're a beginner, someone in the middle, or you are a professional working all the time, investing in building out your photography brand can genuinely open up doors for you that you might not have even imagined. And so it's my advice to you to just start posting, get something out there. Remember that your content and your photography are two different things. And so just start posting your work and see what happens.